That last verse, those who say they live in God should live their lives as Jesus did. The third, final way is to live like Jesus. Be like Jesus. I believe that we're spiritual beings, challenged with how to be human, challenged with how to be humane. God gave us a role model in Jesus. Jesus came down fully divine, but he was also fully human. So Jesus showed us the perfect model of what it means to be human. But then not only that, Jesus came and he loved people who didn't even love themselves. Jesus shared with people who didn't even know to ask for anything. Jesus walked by and said, "Do you want to be healed?" Jesus was so giving that he just gave everything. And the Father filled and refilled and refilled. Jesus was mine. In my imagination, my spiritual imagination, Jesus was the coolest cat there ever was. You know, when you're cool, you have a little swag to yourself. You have a little steal up. You know, you don't walk at a vertical. You don't walk at 90 degrees. You kind of walk at 85. Little bend in the hip, right? Jesus was a bad cat, y'all. I never heard Jesus beg for no food, never asked for no money. Bro said, "Hey, what's going on? You all right today? My Father in heaven loves you, and so do I." I mean, Jesus was cool. Hey, what's going on? I'm not supposed to talk to you. You don't know who I am. I'm Jay. E.S.U.S. I mean, Jesus was a bad cat. Doing things folks said you couldn't do. Going places people said you couldn't go. Talking to folks you weren't supposed to talk to. Healing people. If you want to love God, be cool like Jesus. Jesus didn't complain. Jesus saw all kind of mischief and confusion. What did he do? He paused. He thought about all the things in his life that he was grateful for. And he was able to see the glass half full as opposed to half empty. I mean, I love this when you really think about how Jesus is and how we could live like Jesus. I'm sure that Jesus got stressed. When he got stressed, he grabbed James, he grabbed Peter, he grabbed John and said, "Come on, brother, come with me." Went up to the top of the hill. He said, "All right, y'all stay put. I'm going up a little higher." And he prayed it out. When folks was clinging to him a little bit much, the brother said, "All right, I'm out, please. Get on the boat, go across the river. Go over there. Because I need my time." Jesus, I mean, these are life lessons. One of the first miracles at the wedding, Jesus' mama came by and said, "Come here, son." They ran out of wine. Come on, you know how we do. It's in the Bible. Jesus replied with what? He said, "Yes, ma'am." It's in the Bible. Right? That's one of the first miracles he did. His mama called him. Jesus said. And so, if you love God, right? We belong to God, we obey God's commandments, and we live like Jesus. And I want to show you how this thing works in a circular fashion. When the disciples asked Jesus, "What is the greatest commandment?" what did he say? He said, "First, love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind." And then he said, number 2 is as important as number 1. Love one another as you love yourself. What is this thing called love? I have a story for you before we close. I'm always amazed at the creativity of individuals. There's a story that was going around quite some time ago, and it was a kind of imaginative moment by a person using their spiritual creativity. And they said they were dreaming one night, and they dreamed that they had died. Right? Y'all remember that? And he said it went black for a little bit, and all of a sudden, he was sitting in the courtroom. And he said he was all by himself. And then the prosecutor came in. Prosecutor, big cat. Big cat. All red. Oh, red suit, red shoes, red hat. And the prosecutor came in and sat down and was mean mother, just looking at him. And he said every time he looked over there and peeked at him, he just sunk down deeper in his chair. But then he said in the twinkling of a moment, his lawyer came in. And his lawyer came in and just glided down the aisle. And just was just so cool and sat right back, not next to him, and gave one of these. And he said he felt at peace for a moment. And then he said everything went black again. And when it came back, there was a judge sitting there. And there was all kind of shiny lights and everything around the judge. You couldn't even see the judge's face because everything was just glittering. And so the judge said, the courtroom is in order. Time for this case. And the prosecutor stood up.
I am Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, Esquire, for the prosecution. And I'm going to nail you.
And the guy said, man, he just sunk in his chair. Because the prosecutor just started talking and just laid out every bad thing that the person did from age 2.5 until the last day, the last moment he died. And he said everything that came out, there was no defense for because he had done it all. I mean, even he was amazed at the stuff that the cat laid out because he didn't think anybody saw it. And so he sunk deeper and deeper and deeper in his chair until the prosecutor was done and the judge said, all right, enough. And he said, well, the people's attorney, it's time for you to state your case. And the people's attorney stood up and he just slid down because he wanted to have a little sidebar with the judge. And the prosecutor just was ferocious. He said, no. The judge called him up. And the people's attorney just winked at the judge. The judge winked at the people's attorney and said, all right, go back. People's attorney stood up, and the person said, as he opened his eyes, he realized who was attorney. Wow. He said somehow he felt just a little bit better, because the attorney got up and was just gliding around. And the first thing he said is, Daddy, thank you. I'm going to state the case now. He said, because I came, and because my client fully believes in who I am, and because my client trusts me with his whole life, and because I did what I did at the cross, there is absolutely, positively nothing that the prosecution would say that would create the necessity to have anything punished here. He said, I paid it all. All in advance, it was all done. He said, so on that, I rest my case. And the judge, not needing to take a moment to deliberate, not needing to look at notes, said, case dismissed. That is where we are, my friends. That's exactly where we are. When you love God, when you belong to God, God's going to take care of every need, every concern, everything you ever imagined. God's got it all under control. All he asks is that you love him
He said,